Hey guys, we're here Blueberry Hill. So this is April 9th to the 16th, really the 15th, with a day or two off in the middle. Here we are continuing the spray out. We decided to actually just continue spraying since the cabinets are being worked on right now. And we were going to actually put some drywall up where the cabinets go, and decided that it's going fairly quick. So we're just continuing spraying the foam. It goes pretty good. Still having fun with the tips. You can see how fast it actually works. I'll say that roughly about a third of the container, 16 by let's say 20, 15 feet or something. I can roughly do that in an hour. The fun part's doing the ceilings, because you have to get underneath and over everything. And when you spray near plumbing or wires, it pukes those up pretty good. So you have to hit it from the edges, so it'll actually get everything. But it was working pretty good. I believe that this is the spare room, the apartment area. And we were still on our first set of barrels, and right around here, when I started doing the hallway, right where the camera is sitting, we actually have to swap the barrels out and continue. As of this video, I'm actually on my third set, and we're going to be done with the third set, starting our fourth. So quite a bit of foam. I am going fairly thick on the outside walls, and shared walls not so much. The wall I'm squirting right now, which is the one on the left, that's a shared wall. That's the bathrooms over there, and then the hallway. So that doesn't have to be crazy thick. We have spray foam from underneath and sort of on top as well. So we're not worried about full insulation or the normal amount you'd put on. But here, wherever this is the living room area of the apartment. So this is the last part of this area, and we'll be done. So it's going pretty good. You can see it expand. This is if I was going to say anything, this is the hottest side of the house. This is where the sun sets and beats up on this side pretty good, and you can feel an immediate difference on this stuff. So, and I'm getting a technique down. I'm actually started doing a little. I do go up and down, but I now do a rectangular kind of a swirl to the inside. That's been working pretty good. That way, just continue the flow and go from the outside to the inside, right to the center, and it does a pretty good job on that. Here's the other bedroom. This is the middle of the house. This is where Angie's office is. The camera's in Angie's office. This one went pretty good. Just continuation of the same thing. I don't want to bore you guys with just showing spray foam, but I think having watched this on other YouTube videos, it really helps to see somebody doing something like this, because it gives you an idea of what to expect. The only thing that I can't explain enough is the tips have to stay very clean. It is a fairly, I don't know how many psi I'm actually putting out. It's supposed to be 90 to 95 right now, and the tips do clog up. They're these little cone tips, and when they plug up, you'll see a different spray pattern. So keeping those clean, and you use the solvent to flush them out, and that's where I'm struggling right there with the tips. And once you thread them in often enough, they don't thread very good anymore, so they're kind of a wasted item. They're a throwaway. So the odd time I could actually stand there and not be on the step stool to spray the ceiling. It was better to be on the step stool to do the corners, the edges of the walls, and where wires were, because I couldn't get around them properly if I didn't do that. You see how the time-lapse shows the foam expanding really nicely. If you're watching it, you can still see it expand, but it's more dramatic when you see it on time-lapse, because it looks like it just poofs up really good. And this is closed cell, so it doesn't poof up like open cell would. Open cell is what, 5 times more or something like that. But there we go. That wall was one of my best ones yet, and so I seem to get a little better the more I do this, I think, anyway. Hey guys, Vita here, Blueberry Hill. So here we are again, spray foaming. So I thought I'd give you a little 2 cents up on what I played with today. So this is a solvent pump, and you see this little button down here. For whatever reason, when I came in, I started foaming this morning, or tried to foam this morning. The pump would just cycle; it wouldn't actually pump anything. So it would just like for the whole time. And I ended up calling Mixon, and they said they rarely go out, so there was something weird going on.
I opened that that's a threaded little button. I call it a button. Anyway, played with it, couldn't get it working. They were kind of mystified as well. And just for grins, I turned it on and it was clacking pretty good. And I started playing with the button. It's actually an adjustment, it seems like, for how the pump operates. So magically I backed off turned it out a little bit, and it started actually pumping up and working. But why it's been doing that, working just fine for 3 days, and this morning it wasn't, no idea. Anyway, I got it working. I sprayed for about 3.5 hours, and everything went pretty good. The fun part, you know, I'm always I'm cleaning everything a lot. So I have this little cup full of tips, and I have SPF 6 solvent. I might just drop them in there, leave it. It's kind of not good for you, so I don't touch it without gloves. But it makes the foam kind of turn jelly-like, and then I can pull the junk out of the nozzles. These things see how it's kind of looking like jello? It works great. It cleans it out, and these tips are, I guess they don't really, the stuff doesn't really stick to them per se, because it comes out after you put it in here. You can drill them out or pull them out and keep the tip clean. So my entire existence of the whole time I'm spray foaming is I'm keeping very clean tips in there. Bad part is I'm never sure when it's gonna really plug up. It's going, goes great, and then it starts spattering a little bit, so I know I have to change the tip. Sometimes I open the tip up and there's a little cone residue in there. I pop that off, put the tip back on, and I'm rolling. I didn't get that chance to do that today. I had to keep swapping out the tips, but I made it through, and let me show you what I was doing. Okay, so here we're doing a walkabout. This is what I did today. You saw the time lapse of part of it back over there, but I'm kind of digging. This is actually not too bad. The foam set up real good. This is a shared wall, so I didn't have to get very thick. Another shared wall, and here's where it got all pukey wookie. You can see it's not 100% consistent. That's usually when it starts to spatter a little bit. I know I have to change the tip, but for the most part, it's 2 inches plus-ish. And yeah, so we're done with this. This part, this is the spare bedroom and Angie's office. That's done. Angie's doing, she's trying to cover up the window that she pulled the covering on, and I'm gonna be spraying there. So this is how far I got today, and we're going to dinner with friends, so I decided to close it up. Wires are a pain in the butt. You can see where the way the air goes around wires. I have to like clean that up a little bit. You can see, I'm gonna see the container, but right there, the wind kind of, the tip when it blows goes around it, or it sits on the wire, and it doesn't get everything behind it. So it's a little more effort, but not a big deal. It's just the way it is. For the most part, it's, you know, I think we're doing okay. It's pretty thick. This is about an inch thick, and the ceilings I'm trying to do about 2 inches thick, because that goes to the attic. And if I miss something, I'll get that tomorrow. You'll see some weird kind of, there's a bulkhead under there where the containers meet, so you'll see that standing out. And then I usually try to puke up the whole area right around where the air conditioning is. That's now solidified in there, and we're rolling. And there's Angie doing masking windows, yay. She's my mask person. I hate masking. Angie hates it too, but she's doing it. She loves masking, because that's what it is. Anyway, we're moving along. It'll get done when it gets done. We lost a timeline, so we don't have one. But I'm on my second set of barrels. Let me show you that. So here I have, this is the lighter stuff. I believe this is the lighter version. B is, no, it's the other way around. I think the A is heavier than the B. But it seems like I'm using a little bit more of A for whatever reason, even though the ratio looks like it's supposed to be what it is. I'm trying to get as much out of this barrel as I can. This one is still, I'm not really able to lift it too hard from the backside, so it's not, yep. You know, whatever I'm doing, the foam seems to be setting up just fine, so there it is. But everything's working pretty good. Here are my current settings. I'm not touching the settings anymore. I'm just rolling with it and punching it out. I set a temperature to 100 and off I go. Anyway, everything is actually working out pretty good, except I hate when the tips get plugged up. I wish there was some kind of quick click and go instead of a threaded connector on it. That'd be kind of really cool. To like snap in a tip and not worry about threading it. Threading is hard when you get a little bit of urethane on the threads, but then again, a snap would probably be the same thing. But anyway, the compressor's working fine. In fact, it hadn't hiccuped not once. It's big enough where it doesn't run all the time. I can hear it usually when I'm spraying, and I'm glad I got the higher capacity. Everything seems to be rolling pretty good with it, and that's what it is. So these are our first set of barrels. They're empty. They're not empty. There's still some little bit of junk left in them. I'm gonna have to figure out how to actually siphon them off into those barrels. Maybe I'll play with that in the morning. I was thinking of just pouring it down in here and letting it drip down and seeing what happens there. But yeah, there's maybe a gallon or two left in each one of those barrels because I'm not sure how much of it can't get out. But if you look where this thing is, it's got about an inch to go before it actually uses everything in there. So I'm not sure what the process is for that. But anyway, everything's going pretty good. I'm gonna have to change out the barrels for finishing up the middle, my office and the hallway. And yeah, once we finish up the middle containers, I'm gonna come back to the kitchen area and we're gonna start rolling with the living room and finishing up that part of the house. So Angie did a real good job cleaning up this area. We even scraped most of the 2x4s for drywall, and we're trying to get some people to talk to us about drywall, so that's going to be interesting. But I'll come in and finish this area, and then this wall right here, ceiling, that wall goes to, is not going to get sprayed. That's going to be interesting. See if we have to mask that off. I'll see. Maybe we won't. And the only thing we really have to do over here, that's a shared wall, I'll be foaming it from the other side. So I might just hit it real quick with maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch of foam. And then the upper section up there, that goes to the outside. So we'll spray that where you see the hole. So that goes into the attic. I'll cover the hole up with something and then spray from middle where you see the joint of the containers on up. It will be sprayed. So this will be a little bit, the walls are easy. Ceiling is still very challenging. That ceiling's not going to be too bad because there's no wires, no nothing really to get in the way. It's just going to be solid blah blah. Just spray it, put 2 inches on it and call it good. And then we'll move over to probably our master bedroom in the back, and then we'll finish it off with doing the upper room. It already feels really good in here. It's about 80 degrees outside today. Feels great in here. So it is what it is. I guess the stuff works. Close cell foam. Yeah. Anyway, talk to you later. See you. Bye. Hey guys. So this is April the 12th, and I'm trying to drain the leftover stuff from the barrels into the other barrels. So I came up with this contraption, and I'm just draining it directly into the barrel. This is not quite empty, but this one here is almost empty, and it's flowing out okay. Still quite a bit in there. And then I'm going to do that to this one as well, which is the A part, and that has a little bit less in there. So we'll see how long this actually takes. It's flowing okay, but it's slow because I don't have any positive pressure or anything. It's just gravity. And then I just tip these down to see if I can get every last drop out of it. Anyway, fun times. So it's still April the 12th. I just finished spraying this hallway in here. I'm gonna do the top areas up there by hand. I tried doing it with the machine. It's just too powerful. So I'm gonna crank in some closed cell foam, the Pro Tough stuff, and that'll let me control it a little better. Just finished doing this. Did a little overkill where the AC is, just to make sure everything's sealed, and I gotta box that in a little bit better, but it's sealed. And then this is our hottest wall in the entire house because the sun sets over there. It's cloudy today, so it's not too hot, but this is usually the warmest part of the day and warmest part of the house, so this should make a huge difference. I'm digging I'm getting the hang of it's a pattern, I guess, if you will. And I made this a little thicker than typical because this is the hot wall. and then I'll come back tomorrow and start squirting this over here. I'll probably get halfway done to about here, and then I'll have to quit, and we'll have to mask off all those windows and doors over there. So not going to be, you know, masking's fun, but whatever. It just takes time. We'll get her going. Anyway, that was fun. Everything worked pretty good. The tips are still very annoying because they do plug up. My last go around, they kept going, so that was awesome. Didn't plug up, so that was great. But sometimes they do. Don't know why. Anyway, I just changed the A compound. The B's got a little bit left. I'm not sure why. The ratios are good and the foam's turning out great, but anyway, it is what it is. The densities are different, so I think that has something to do with it. But we have 3 more sets, pretty much 3.5. So that should let us do the entire house and have some left over for some small jobs. But anyway, that's the end of that. Anyway, talk to you later. See ya.
So here I'm in the master bedroom area. I'm doing the bathroom right now. Actually, that's the closet. I'll be doing the bathroom next. But you can see all the plumbing and stuff. I'm shooting across all that in the closet. In the corner, you can see a bunch of plastic that's wrapping all the pipes, the manifold, the copper manifold where all the PEX goes into. I removed the hot water heater, the gas hot water heater, tankless, just for the spray out. We still have to do drywall, and that gets installed afterwards. So it was just hanging there on a couple of screws. I'll put that back in, and of course I'm going to make a little cabinet or something to cover the what I call the mechanicals of all the plumbing and stuff. So here I'm going to shoot right around all the plumbing, puke it all up near the top, but leave the manifolds and the valves, of course, exposed. So it went pretty good. You just have to mask what you don't want to squirt. This stuff gets everywhere, and it's like super glue. So, boy, it sure looks like I'm moving fast, huh? That took about maybe 45 minutes, half an hour max to do that room. And then by then I'm pretty drained. The suit I'm wearing is plastic, and it doesn't breathe at all. I get super sweaty, very hot, and so I have to take a break every roughly an hour. I just relax a little bit and then come back. So as mentioned, I'm trying to squirt the outside walls just a little bit more. I didn't really depth gauge it, but you can see the 2x4s are about an inch away from the metal, sometimes more depending on how big the dent is from the container. And so there's quite a bit of foam that's in there, and this by far is the hottest wall, just probably because of color and the sun exposure that it gets all day from about noon onwards. So this wall, when we foamed it, it felt really, really good in there. And I did go just a tiny bit extra thick here. Hopefully that'll do it, but it feels really good right now. We've got this all done while I'm doing the video, and that side of the house feels great.
Deck here, Blueberry Hill. So this is April 14th. I'm gonna start actually finishing up the master bedroom. Got about 8 foot kind of area to squirt, and then we'll be done with that. Then we're gonna transfer over to the game room and do that, and then we'll build the scaffold and do the living room last. So that's the process. Let me show you what's going on in here. This is on my 3rd set of barrels. No big deal. I did adjust the A pump down a tiny bit. So that's my current settings on the Lil-pup. And flowing solvent just fine. Let me show you how much solvent we're playing with. It's not easy to run this machine. I mean, it's messy, etc., but needs a lot of stuff. I've been using the SPF 6 solvent to clean everything. So I just clean all these up. I'm using carburetor picks to actually go on the tip when it plugs up, pound the stuff out. You can see a little bit of crud on there, but it works pretty good. So I've been using this to push the hardened urethane out and keeping all these things clean. When I finish with them, I shove them in a cup of this stuff, and it's doing a really good job cleaning that out. So here's what I did yesterday. You saw that on time lapse. I'm just going to finish this up. This is all I have to do here. So basically we just taped this up, and she just did that, and I'm getting ready to hit it. She's over there cleaning up a little bit, but this shouldn't take too long, maybe less than an hour anyway. So I'm gonna get ready to hit it. I'm waiting for the temp on the gun to come up, And look, I actually cleaned the gun. Woo! That SPF 6 is great. I put the top part of this in the SPF 6, let it soak for a little while, and the stuff just comes right off. So, and I kept it in the tip as well, just to keep everything nice in there. You're not supposed to get the button, the electronics wet, or there will be problems, I'm sure. So, don't dunk it. You can see I took a little bit of the black on the handle off, but who cares? But it looks a lot better than it did last night, so more power to me. Anyway, next is time lapse of this, and then we'll go to the game room.
So yeah, here's the last part of the our master bedroom area. Spraying the last part where the windows are, and then I'm done with this area of the house. So we're going to move on to the game room and the living room next, and then last but not least will be the garage. We may not spray too much in the garage except for the main wall connecting to the house. The outside walls we might just do normal installation. It's not worth the higher cost. It's not an air conditioned room, so it's not controlled climate, but at the same time it'd be nice to have it nice and comfy. The garage doors are insulated, so if that's worth anything, it should be nice in there as well. So anyway, we'll do that when we come to it, and that kind of sums up this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be the spray out of the game room and the living room areas. Yay. Alright, we'll catch you later. Bye bye.